Hello and welcome to the Something's Off with Andrew Heaton Mother's Day special.
We wish you a happy Mother's Day. We wish you a happy Mother's Day. We wish you a happy Mother's Day to you and your mom. Good tidings we bring to you and your mom. We use her HBO password to watch Game of Thrones. We wish you a happy Mother's Day. We wish you a happy Mother's Day. We wish you a happy Mother's Day to you and your mom. Is your mom married or single right now? If she's in the market, tell her I said hi. We wish you a happy Mother's Day. We wish you a happy Mother's Day. We wish you a happy Mother's Day to you and your mom.
Something's Off with Andrew Heaton's Mother's Day special is brought to you by Snuffy's off Route 44. Snuffy's is a great American diner with good food, affordable prices, where all of the waiters and waitresses ride horses when taking your orders and serving your food. Every meal is delivered from horseback to you, your family, and your very welcome mother. You might think Snuffy's would have a bunch of gimmicks to lure in moms and families to the diner on Mother's Day, but every day is Mother's Day at Snuffy's, and every day has great deals for the whole family. What's special is that on Mother's Day, Snuffy's owner, Tom Snuffhauser, takes Terrence the emotional therapy horse to the local hospital maternity ward to pass out brisket to new mothers. Now, I've never given birth to a kid before, but I have to imagine you get pretty tuckered out from 2 to 3 hours of labor. Wouldn't it be nice to have a stranger burst into your room unannounced with a steaming plate of brisket? On horseback? I'd sure want to replenish my iron levels after all that blood loss. And babies love ponies, so this is a win for everybody. So head on over to Snuffy's this Mother's Day with your mom for a delicious plate of deep-fried peanut butter hamburger and a tall glass of horse nog. Snuffy's off Route 44, because everything tastes better from a horse. Well, it sure is nice of you to swing by the house for our Mother's Day special. We do this every year, and it's always enjoyable. In the afternoon, we watch the Macy's Mother's Day Parade with all those beautiful floats, and then in the evening, we sing some Mother's Day carols with the neighbors. One of the best Mother's Day traditions is, of course, when NORAD tracks where the Mother's Day Archmom is on radar. Always fun for the kids. For that, we now turn to our chief meteorologist, Arnie Hertzberger.
Thanks, Heaton. Arnie Hertzberger here, coming to you live from our meteorology bunker, where I'm charting the progress of the Archmom as we speak. Right now, the North American Aerospace Defense Command is using its advanced radar system to pinpoint the exact location of the Archmom's 2014 Honda Accord, which has a passenger-side airbag in addition to four-wheel ABS, brake assistance, electronic stability control, daytime running lights, and a variety of other safety features in addition to this highly responsible car's impressive miles-per-gallon efficiency rating, all pulled by 4 mama bears, who mercilessly devour anyone who dares threaten their cubs. The Archmom started her day swinging through Norway and then worked her way through Western Europe before stopping at a TJ Maxx in Italy to return a sweater. There she ran a few errands, had lunch at the food court at the mall, and then stopped by London to purchase decorative soap for the bathroom that you absolutely cannot use under any circumstances. The Archmom and her 2014 Honda Accord, pulled by mama bears, is currently halfway across the Atlantic and speeding towards America's eastern seaboard, where we can anticipate her spreading good cheer and emotional empathy to all of our country's moms, and then buying some cute decorative throw pillows for the guest room. Then she'll fly back to her lair to watch Mrs. Miniver. Back to you, Heaton.
Thanks, Arnie. Are you folks at home ready for when the Archmom flies her 2014 Honda Accord to your house and shimmies down the chimney? I know we're all excited for the Archmom to visit, but just remember, she's not popping out of that fireplace until your mom has conked out on the couch watching Netflix. So don't let your mom stay up too late. In my home, we like to put out a little treat for the Archmom after her long journey of flying through the air in a 2014 Honda Accord. We leave out a Land's End catalog, some low-fat Milano cookies, and a heaping glass of rosé. Don't forget that glass of rosé, because if the Archmom comes into your house and there's no rosé next to the fire, she is going to go looking for it, and you do not want her rummaging through your kitchen looking for booze. So just pour that glass of rosé and make it easier on all of us. Now let's go to Burlington, Vermont for a very special Mother's Day message from Senator Bernie Sanders.
Hello and thank you. I would like to take this opportunity on Mother's Day to discuss a very important issue: inequality. It is a travesty that in our country, female mothers make only 47 cents for every dollar that male mothers make. Why should male mothers make twice as much as female mothers? They shouldn't. That's sexism. And when I'm elected president, I will launch a commission to deal with the gap between male and female mothers. But there's more inequality. The top 1% of the top 1% of the top 1% gets 80% of the breast milk. How is that fair? Why should someone who owns Walmart get all the breast milk when a factory worker only gets a small bottle of breast milk? When I am president, I will create a new Secretary of Breast Milk who will oversee this issue and also sit on the Joint Chiefs of Staff. How will I pay for this? I'll tell you how. A sperm tax. We had a 90% top marginal sperm tax during the Eisenhower administration, and back then we had the most sperm in the world. We were a net exporter of sperm. Now we have to import it from Saudi Arabia and from fracking, which causes earthquakes. Thank you, and happy Mother's Day.
We now go to our resident carol singer, Horatio Tinswick, for a very special Mother's Day carol. Take it away, Horatio.
For my very first stepmom, my father gave to me a woman who did not like me. For my second ever stepmom, my father gave to me an angry suburban wino and a woman who did not like me. For my third ever stepmom, my father gave to me a girl he met at Hooters, an angry suburban wino, and a woman who did not like me. For my fourth ever stepmom, my father gave to me a 3-time former felon, a girl he met at Hooters, an angry suburban wino, and a woman who did not like me. For my fifth ever stepmom, my father gave to me a woman with 5 distinct personalities, a 3-time former felon.
Horatio, Horatio, I'm sorry to step in here. Is this entire song about your stepmoms?
Yes, sir. All 46 verses.
Wow. Are you okay?
Well, it made for a difficult 7th grade, but I think I turned out all right. And I was best man over 30 times before I graduated high school.
Okay. I'm going to go ahead and just gently conclude this one early.
Okay. I think that's for the best.
Maple Street, USA, late summer. A tree-lined little world of front porch gliders, barbecues, the laughter of children, and the bell of an ice cream vendor. At the sound of the roar and the flash of light, it will be precisely 6:43 p.m. on Maple Street. This is Maple Street, on a late Saturday afternoon. Maple Street in the last calm and reflective moment before the monsters came. Because at 6:43 p.m., every light, every radio, every car, and every electric machine on Maple Street will quit working, and the men and women and children of this scenic American suburb came outside to confer. "Well," said Fred, "looks like all the lights are gone out. Reckon we should form a mob and start killing." "Yeah," said Bill. "I'll go get my pitchfork." "Wait," said Karen McKinley, wearing an apron and holding a tray of brownies. "Why on earth would we want to form a mob and start killing each other?" All of the men started laughing. "The grid went down, Mrs. McKinley," said Fred. "Whenever the grid goes down, we're supposed to turn on our neighbors and form a mob. You know that, it's standard procedure." "Well," said Mrs. McKinley, "what if it's just a power fluctuation, or the electricity got stale? Shouldn't we wait a day or two before we turn on each other?" Everyone laughed again. "2 days," said Bill. "We'll miss all the best killing." A tow-headed kid in a striped shirt stepped forward. "I read a comic book about where aliens came to a neighborhood and turned all the lights off. But the aliens posed as the neighbors. You couldn't tell who was a human and who was an alien. It's probably aliens. Or maybe Catholics. Possibly even alien Catholics. Either way, we should form a mob and start killing. Yep, said Fred. Sounds like Catholic aliens. We can't not start looting houses if it's aliens come to worship the Pope. Then he picked up a rock and slung it through a window. George Tinson poked his head out and waved. Hey, gee golly, the grid's down. Have I missed the mob yet? No, shouted Bill. We're still forming a mob. We haven't even started accusing anyone yet. Although that Brentley kid sure knows a lot about aliens for my taste. Okay, shouted George. I'll grab my elephant gun. Don't start the paranoid slaughter without me. Meanwhile, up on the hill, 2 aliens peered down at Maple Street from next to their flying saucer. Understand the procedure now? Just stop a few of their machines and radios and telephones and lawnmowers, throw them into darkness for a few hours, and then you just sit back and watch the pattern. The second guy in a jumpsuit spoke up. And the pattern is always the same, with few variations. They pick the most dangerous enemy they can find, and it's themselves. And all we need to do is sit back and watch. The second alien nodded. Then I take it this place, this Maple Street, is not unique? By no means. Their world is full of Maple Streets, and we'll go from one to the other and let them destroy themselves. One to the other, one to the other, one to the other. And they walked up their gangplank into their spaceship. Only to find Mrs. McKinley, hands on hips, tapping her foot. Just what the hell do you think you're doing? She demanded. Ruining mankind so that we can conquer it later. And why would you want to do that? For, oil. Oil and gold. How long did you fly in this stupid disc-shaped spaceship to get here? 14 million light years. And it runs on gasoline. The 2 aliens looked at each other. Then the first one sheepishly admitted, We were just bored. Oh, you were bored, were you? Demanded Mrs. McKinley. You don't have books where you're from? Or chores? The aliens stared at their shoes, which were silver. My husband just killed our neighborhood watch captain with a golf club. Are you going to help clean that up? Well, we weren't planning to. Then Mrs. McKinley walked over to the spaceship's rotary telephone. Call your mother. Now. Hey, you don't get to I said call your mother. Now. The alien reluctantly used the astral rotary phone and sulked over in the corner. Hello? Alien Mom? Yes, this is Mrs. McKinley from Earth. That's right. It's the blue and green planet that has a lot of penguins. Yes, and Richard Attenborough. That's the one. Well, I'm sorry to bother you, but your sons landed in my neighborhood and turned off all the electricity, and now the men are killing each other with pitchforks and shotguns, and the whole thing is just a frightful mess. Yes? Uh-huh. Oh. Well, all right then. Thank you for your time. If you're ever in our solar system, please come by the house for coffee. Ta-ta. Mrs. McKinley turned to the aliens. Your mother says you have to clean up all the broken glass, cure cancer, and take my daughter to prom. The tools of conquest do not necessarily come with bombs and explosions and fallout. There are weapons that are simple thoughts, attitudes, prejudices, to be found only in the minds of men, which can be curbed only by the minds of moms, here on Earth or elsewhere in the Twilight Zone.
And now we go to our senior field correspondent, Benny Nutridge, live from Pamplona, to tell us about the running of the moms.
Hi, Heaton. Now I'm here in Pamplona, where every year Spanish denizens open the gates and release wild moms to run roughshod through the streets, as everyone else tries to get out of the way. This year, Pamplona had over 600 wild moms running through the historic city center. Unfortunately, the ones toward the back had stilettos on, which has led to severe hospitalization of some drunk Australian tourists who fell over and got trampled. What's this? Oh my, Heaton, someone is waving a red cape in the mom's face to try and goad her, and she isn't having it. Now she's swinging her purse all over the place. Oh, she's clubbed another drunken Australian tourist right in the face. Actually, now that I'm surveying the scene, all of the Spaniards are up in windows watching this, and the only people on the ground are the wild moms and drunken Australian tourists. Did the Spanish just cook this event up to trample drunk Australians to death for their own twisted amusement? Sure seems like it. Well, the sun is shining and the sky is bright. Back to you, Heaton.
Thanks, Benny. And now we've got a very special treat. My producer, Jennings, has secured a special guest for our Mother's Day show. Jennings?
That's right, Heaton. On the line, I've got your ex-girlfriend, Mindy.
What?
Your ex-girlfriend, Mindy.
Not my mom.
No.
This is our Mother's Day special. Mindy has nothing to do with Mother's Day. I can see no connection between Mindy, who I used to be romantically involved with, and Mother's Day. They are unrelated.
Heaton, she has an announcement, and it's actually pretty important, and it involves you. So I think maybe you should just talk to her.
Fine.
And she's on the line.
Hi, Mindy.
Hi, Andrew.
Well, it's nice to hear from you. I'm not sure why we're talking on my Mother's Day special, which specifically has to do with mothers and motherhood. I see no connection between you, my former lover, who I used to be sexually intimate with, and Mother's Day, which is about mothers and children and bearing children. So a conversation with my ex-girlfriend, who has a surprise announcement, does not at all seem germane with the holiday at hand.
Well, Andrew, sometimes even after people break up, something keeps them connected, even if it's entirely unexpected.
Okay.
Which is what I want to talk to you about.
Ugh. Feelings? Are feelings the thing that keep us connected, Mindy?
No, Andrew, listen. I have something important to tell you. Are you sitting down?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, a little while after we broke up, I started feeling sick in the morning. So I went to the hospital and I was diagnosed with syphilis.
What?
Neurosyphilis. I wanted to call you to let you know that it's very important you go see a doctor because there's a high probability you also could have contracted neurosyphilis. It would actually explain a lot.
Oh my God, is it curable?
Yeah, you can do a round of penicillin, but you definitely want to go see a doctor about this.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Happy Mother's Day, Mindy.
Happy Mother's Day, Andrew.